If you love Metroidvanias, this year is about to ruin your wallet. I'm serious. For years, it felt like we were starving. One decent release every now and then. Endless waiting, endless coming soon pages. You'd wishlist a game and forget it even existed. And then yesterday happened, out of nowhere. Konami woke everybody up. But here is the crazy part. It's not just that game. 2026 is absolutely loaded. I mean stacked. Beautiful atmospheric indies, dark Souls-like Metroidvanias, fast movement platformers, massive cinematic titles, stuff made by tiny teams and stuff made by legends. So today, I'm breaking down 15 upcoming Metroidvanias you need on your radar. Not just a boring list, I'm talking how they actually play, what makes each one special, which ones are chill, which ones will destroy you, and which ones deserve your money day one. By the end of this video, your wishlist is going to be dangerous. Torii Beyond the Gates. We are starting with something for the soul. Torii Beyond the Gates isn't trying to crush you with difficulty, it wants to pull you into a trance. You explore a fractured archipelago where Torii gates act as stitches binding reality together. Your brother is missing, and to find him you have to engage with island gardens and shrine trials. The storytelling here is intimate. It's about small, poignant moments and reading the history of a lost culture. What I love about Torii is how it treats traversal. It privileges breath and rhythm over twitch reflexes. You aren't just double jumping, you are learning to read the ambient wind and spiritual currents. Puzzles often involve restoring shrines to reform broken bridges, using timing rather than brute force. It feels intuitive, like learning a language. Visually, it's a hand-painted dream. If you need a break from high-stress combat, this is your sanctuary. It rewards observation and patience, making it a perfect opener for our list. Next up, we have YesterSol. This is a prime example of how a single developer with a clear vision can outshine massive studios. You play in a burnt kingdom stitched together by vertical shafts and steam-powered cities. The stakes are mythic, but the world feels personal, almost like a memory. The hook here is pure elegance. The Soul Spear, this one tool is your weapon, your platform, your grappling hook, and your puzzle key. You throw it, recall it, and teleport to it. The entire game is built around momentum-based platforming where you have to hurl your spear into a wall to create a foothold. Then recall it mid-jump to strike an enemy. It's a rhythm game disguised as an action platformer. It's minimalist but dense. It honors the less is more philosophy, proving that one perfect mechanic is worth more than a dozen half-baked ones. Chronoscript, the endless end. Getting a bit more cerebral. We have Chronoscript. Imagine being an editor trapped inside a 1,000-year-old manuscript. The world exists in duality. The 2D pen and ink pages you explore and the 3D writer's desk outside of the book. It's a meta-narrative mystery where you are literally rewriting history to escape. Time here is geography. You have tools that let you rewind specific sections of the screen. Did a bridge collapse? Rewind it. Did an enemy kill you? Reverse time and try a new angle. But here is the catch. Your edits echo forward. Changing the past reconfigures the map and the future. It creates these incredible aha moments when you realize you are the one designing the level as you play. It has a literally hand-drawn aesthetic that feels incredibly fresh. If you like puzzles that make you feel smart, keep this one on your radar. Now let's get dark. Sinweaver drops you into the underworld, a place that looks like a cathedral made of nightmares. Glowing rivers, giant sigil-stitched trees, and shrines that eat memories. You're an acolyte descending into this madness to silence the voices that the shrines have kept hidden. The combat loop is fascinating. You don't just kill enemies, you unravel them. Every enemy you defeat yields a sigil that you can weave into new power on the fly. You might get a teleport burst from one enemy or a gravity flip from another. This forces you into improvise. Your loadout changes based on what you are fighting. The atmosphere is thick with dread, but the gameplay is fast and precise. It's a game that demands you master its systems or die trying. Injecting some neon into our list. Shade Protocol is a cyberpunk fever dream. The world is a grid that has collapsed into corrupt overlays. You are a rogue agent, and your job is to rewrite the rules of reality in a city where code has replaced physics. Think of this as hacking meets high-speed combat. You can swap between two forms, dawn and shade, and wield instruments as weapons, but the cool part is rewriting world logic. You can glitch enemies to turn them into allies, or toggle platforms from solid to non-solid mid-jump. It turns the battlefield into a sandbox where you make the rules. With pulsing neon visuals and a glitch-heavy sound design, captures that feeling of breaking a system from the inside. It's stylish, fast, and unapologetically cool. Solateria is a game that just radiates warmth. You are dropped into a dying world powered by an artificial sun, where floating ruins drift across golden skies. You play as a solar bearer, a warrior bound to the core of this star, trying to understand why this divine energy is fracturing reality. The gameplay is built entirely around light. You absorb sunlight to charge your attacks or convert it into traversal skills like air dashes. But there is a twist. Your exploration options change based on your charge level. Fully charged, you can smash it through radiant barriers. Low on power, the environment might turn hostile. It adds a layer of resource management to the platforming that feels smart. It feels heroic and melancholic all at once. The pixel art is glowing with soft sci-fi fantasy vibes, and the soundtrack swells into orchestral energy during boss fights. It's simply beautiful. Eden's Garden takes us back to nature, specifically a corrupted version of it. Set in the Garden of Lost Days, you play the last sentinel trying to reconnect with elemental spirits. The world is vibrant, full of twisted roots and ancient stone. The standout feature here saw teleportation mechanics combined with summons. You can throw your weapon and warp to it, which is classic, but you also bond with elemental spirits. These spirits aren't just pets, they evolve your movement. You can mix and match summons to solve puzzles or exploit enemy weaknesses, like using wind for crowd control while your sword handles the damage. It's fluid and responsive. If you love pixel art that looks like a moving painting, Eden's Garden is going to be a treat. Akatori is all about balance. The world is split into 4 elemental parts: flame, frost, storm, and vine. The gardens are missing, and the biomes are bleeding into each other. It's your job to restore order. The gimmick here is stance swapping, and it is done brilliantly. You change your elemental soul in the blink of an eye. 1 second, you are in a flame stance to burn through a barrier. The next, you swap to storm stance to glide across chasm. The combat encourages you to switch constantly, turning every fight into a high-speed puzzle. It's fast, colorful, and makes you feel like a master of martial arts and magic combined. The flow state in this game looks incredible. LUCID feels like walking through a smashed mirror that remembers everything. You are an Icorian, a city of glass and memory. You aren't just exploring, you are reassembling a lost identity by finding shards of the past. They call this a Celestvania for a reason. The movement is crisp. You absorb abilities directly from enemies. A crystal art. A light wraith might give you a blink teleport. A shard might give you a spectral dash. Because these abilities come from enemies, your toolkit evolves depending on the route you take. It offers massive replayability. The ambience is dreamlike, soft chimes, watery echoes, and a visual style that sparkles. It's a game that feels good to control. Now we enter the territory of massive scope. Rune Fencer Illyia is set in the sunken kingdom of Ethos. It's a world of storm-lashed plateaus and ancient ruins. Illyia is searching for her lost twin, and the story is steeped in folklore about rune-forged gods. Imagine swordplay that eats magic. You steal runes from enemies to sharpen your toolkit. You can hold over 140 runes. Some give you attacks, others give you traversal like water breathing and runic dashes. The map is huge with 24 distinct areas. It's a tactical, exploration-heavy game that feels like a living spellbook. It blends classical myth with a melancholic, sea-swept atmosphere. It's grand, ambitious, and perfect for players who want to get lost in a world for 50 hours. Okay, get your wallets ready because these next 2 are right around the corner, arriving on February 24th. That's next week, is Emberbane. The world of Ithera is shattered by elemental catastrophe. Ash-swept ruins, obsidian seas, glacial forests. It's visually striking. Emberbane turns elemental powers into a literal key. You don't just unlock doors, you remap the land. Fire melts ice, water freezes into platforms, air grants flight. But you have to stack them. You might need to freeze a waterfall, climb it, and then switch to earth to block a laser at the top. The combat is combo driven and encourages you to chain elements together. This is elemental traversal turned into a living language. It's polished, it's fast, and it's almost here. Just a few weeks later, on March 5th, we get Nevergrave, the Witch, and the Curse. You play as a young witch with a cursed, sentient hat. The tone is a mix of gothic spooky and whimsical charm. You are rebuilding a village while diving into procedurally generated dungeons. This is a roguelike Metroidvania hybrid done right. The star show is position. Your hat lets you possess enemies. You can take over a brute to smash a wall, or a flying enemy to cross a gap. You combine this with a village building system where you use loot to rebuild bakeries and farms, which in turn permanently strengthens you. It's a dark fairy tale with a playful heart. The loop of die, rebuild, and get stronger is addictive, and the multiplayer co-op looks like a blast. We are in the top 3 now. Crowsworn. This is Dusk made playable. We've been waiting for this one for a long time. Set in the Rune Wood, a twilight realm steeped in grief and omens. You play a gun-wielding, scythe-swinging plague doctor. This is for the combat purists. It uses a stamina-based system where every swing is a promise you must keep. It combines the tight spacing of Hollow Knight with the combo juggling of Devil May Cry. The bosses are choreographed, dances of death, and the exploration is filled with secrets. It's grim, stylish, and incredibly high quality. Every animation frame drips with polish. This is a contender for Game of the Year, no doubt. The runner-up is Royalty, Bloodstained, The Scarlet Engagement. The franchise returns with more gothic excess than ever before. We're talking cursed nobility, demonic masquerades, and a castle that feels like a character itself. They have doubled down on what made the first game great, and build variety. You can shape blades, attach sigils, and tune your character to be a tank, a mage, or a speedster. The level design is more layered, and the dual protagonist system adds a fresh tactical layer to the exploration. It's theatrical, it's grand, and it is exactly what fans wanted. Koji Igarashi is back to show us how it is done. And finally, the moment we have all been waiting for, announced yesterday at the State of Play. Castlevania is back. Castlevania, Belmont's Curse. Konami has partnered with Evil Empire and Motion Twin, the developers behind Dead Cells, to create a brand new mainline 2D entry, set in 1499 Paris, 23 years after Dracula's Curse. We follow a successor to Trevor Belmont. The gameplay footage was mind-blowing. The Vampire Killer Whip is back, but now it's a physics-based traversal tool. You can grapple, swing, and pull shields away from enemies. They confirmed a dual weapon system, huge theatrical bosses, and a map that rivals Symphony of the Night in scale. This isn't a remake, this is the future of the franchise. The king has returned to reclaim the throne, the atmosphere is grim, the music is legendary, and frankly, this is the most excited I have been for a game in a decade. So, there you have it. 2026 isn't just a good year, it's a historic one. From the quiet beauty of Torii to the explosive return of Castlevania, there is something here for every single one of you. I want to hear from you in the comments below. Which of these are you picking up day one? Are you team Crowsworn, or does Belmont's Curse take the crown? If this video helped you fill up your wish list, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel. I'll see you in the next one, and until then, happy gaming.